In our last video, we inserted bookmarks in front of each of the staves. And in this video, what we want to do is we want to actually turn these into chapter headings that we could use for a table of contents. Now, there is a table of contents up here that came created by the editor of the Gutenberg project. And I'm just going to delete this because we don't really need it. We see here stave 1 and Marley's Ghost, but we have no idea what page number it is on. And so this we can just get rid of entirely. At this point, what I want to do is come to References and then insert a table of contents. And it tells me that creating a table of contents, and it says here, start by applying a heading style from the Styles gallery to the selected text. So there's a couple of ways of doing that. One is to simply come to the Home tab and do exactly what it told us to do. Select the heading that we want to put into the table of contents. Come up to our styles, click on heading 1. We've now changed this into a heading 1. And so we come up here to our table of contents. We click Update the Table of Contents. And it shows us Stave 1's Marley Ghost is on page 2. And if we update the table later, it might be on page 3 or 4. And so we are going to be adding some pages in. So this table of contents is going to help keep the location of each of our chapters current through this dynamic table of contents. Now what we have to do is go and find the other staves. So I'm going to press Ctrl G to jump down to stave 2. Here it is. Now I told you there's a couple of ways of assigning the heading 1. We could either click on this, or here under References, we could just come over and click Add Text Level 1, and it adds the same thing. If I come to the Home tab with this selected, we can see that here it is as a heading 1. I'm going to go back up to the top, select the table of contents, tell it to update my entire table, and we see here that we now have staves 1 and 2 in with their page numbers. So let's just keep going. Ctrl G to jump to stave 3, go to, and then close. Select stave 3, and since I'm on the Home tab already, I'll just click on heading 1. Ctrl S to save. Ctrl G to go to stave 4. Go to it. And I'll select it and go to heading 1. And I'll click go to go to stave 5. And just to show you again, there's no difference between which method you use. I'm going to select stave 5, which he calls the end of it, and References, and just add text, make it a level 1. Under headings, under Home Styles, we can see that it is heading 1. We're going to Control Home to jump to the top of the document. Click on our table of contents. Now we can either click Update the Table this way, or we can just right-click anywhere in here and update this field. Update the entire table. And here we see all 5 of our staves entered into a table of contents, where that we could just come in here and click to jump. And I'm holding down the Control key. And you have to use the Control key while you're here editing this document. So I'm going to hold down Control and just click on the page number, and it jumps me right straight down to stave 3. So that's the way that we mark the text that we want to be included in a table of contents, and then use the References, table of contents, and then these pre-built formats for a table of contents to insert that into a document. And later on, we'll talk about customizing that table of contents and seeing what our options are with customization.